Peace. Welcome, my friend. It is a beautiful Friday, and hopefully your day is going as good as mine. You read the title. Today starts a 72-hour juice, tea, and water fast for me. And I'm on my first cup of tea, and I'm about to make my first juice. So I figured I'd bring you along with me and explain the benefits and why I decided to do this juice fast. It was an idea that a good buddy of mine, Black Vegan Man, has. He does these typically every month. I do a juice fast every 3 months, or I do either one of the juice fasts or one of my master cleanses every 3 months as a way to reset the system, give the digestive system a break, and all of that good stuff. So today I'm going to explain to you the benefits of fasting, the benefits of juice fasting specifically, and give you some tips along the way. Because I know there were times I wish I knew more. So before I jump in, everybody that's in here, tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me where you're viewing from. I love to know. I'm trying to get a sense of where my audience is, because next year I plan on doing a whole lot more traveling. So in the comments, drop and let me know where you at. I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale. Atlanta, I love it. We'll probably be there for Gray's Thanksgiving. Got Boston in the house. Chattanooga in the building. So for those who are wondering, Los Angeles, I have not been there yet. I am looking forward to it. Let the Shire. I know I didn't say that right, but hey, New York, the UK. All right, we got international folks in the building. So I started my day with my men's health tea. It's not available on my website yet, but it will be. This men's health tea has tribulus, horny goatweed, ashwagandha, ginseng root, what else? Cinnamon. And I believe there's one other thing in here that I'm forgetting that I didn't say. But this tea is Ohio in the building. Love it, love it. Y'all are from all over the place. I love this tea because it gives me energy. It is great on my digestive system. And it gets the blood flowing, for those who can read between the lines. It's too early in the morning for me to get vocal, but just know the blood is flowing very, very well. So you didn't want to hear just about my tea, because this is a juice, tea, and water fast. You came here to watch some juice. So the first juice that I'm going to make today, super simple. We're going to take some seeded grapes and some ginger. Grape and ginger juice. When I say simple, I mean simple. A lot of people think that juicing has to be complicated. You got to use a bunch of different ingredients. You got to make all of these crazy fancy mixtures. Not the case. What I found is through experimenting with some of my favorite fruits and just trying out different things, it's been fantastic. Yusua Village, I'm not familiar with that, but tell me more about Yusua Village. I should probably be there if you're asking. And I'm just gonna break this ginger instead of using a knife and drop that on there. So what are the benefits? Why am I juice fasting? Let's talk about that for a second. I am juice fasting because even though I eat healthy, I still do eat processed foods. And even if I didn't eat processed foods while eating healthy, it's still beneficial to the body to give the digestive system a break. So how does fasting give the digestive system a break? Well, when you're eating food every single day, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, your digestive system is working. It's basically like, what is it? Your digestive system is a muscle. So it has to contract and expand, contract and expand, or contract, expand, contract and expand, so that you can digest the food to get the nutrients. Well, when your body is digesting food, that energy is not being used for other healing and restorative processes in the body. So when you do a juice fast, this gives you a double win. It gives you the first win of giving your digestive system a break. When you give your digestive system a break, it has time to finish processing all the old food that you've been eating, especially if you've been eating tons of meat, dairy, and processed foods. Those don't have fiber, so they end up staying in your digestive system longer than if you were eating whole foods that come from plants, vegetables, fruits, legumes, and grains. So, y'all want to see this real quick? It's always my favorite part of juice. Watching that pour come out. So, when you give your digestive system a break, you give it 72 hours or even longer sometimes to take a time to cleanse itself, to not have to work. It can redirect that energy towards the healing components of what your body would like to do. Some of the benefits that I've seen when I do go on a fast, I want to make sure I said that correctly, is I get a little bit more mental clarity. Even though you feel like you're going to think you're going to have less energy, I get a little bit more energy because you're drinking juice that has all of these phytonutrients and micronutrients that are still feeding your cells even though you're not filling your belly. Most people eat because they're hungry. And they think that they get hungry because their belly's empty. But the reality is you get hungry because your cells are triggering you to say that they need nutrients for energy. So this is why when you eat low nutrient foods like processed foods, meat, and dairy, you end up hungry an hour or 2 hours later because your belly's full, but your cells are still like, hey, I still need XYZ nutrient and you didn't give it to me. So this leads to overeating, which leads to more strain on your digestive system. So doing a 72-hour juice fast is a way to break that cycle. Give your body a chance to recalibrate to its natural state. When I do my juice fast, I also get some of the best sleep ever. I haven't figured out the science behind it yet, so I won't explain it, but I feel better when going to sleep. Today was my first day doing a fasted workout, and I made it through my 1.5 mile run, plus my strength training afterwards, and I don't feel like I'm about to fall out. Normally I feel like I'm going to fall out after that. I'm going to finish my tea before I drink this juice. So some of the misconceptions that people have when trying to do a juice fast is they say, oh, I can't take all that sugar that's in the juice. I understand that's what somebody told you, but it's incorrect information. And let me explain why. When you eat carbohydrates, specifically vegetables, specifically grains, specifically legumes, the body turns those carbohydrates into glucose. Glucose is a form of sugar that moves through your bloodstream. Now, you heard that I didn't say fruit, because when you eat fruit, the sugar in fruit is turned into something called fructose. Fructose does not need the hormone insulin to be used as energy for the cells. Glucose does need insulin. So drinking fructose, meaning fruit juice, the sugar from fruit, it does not cause that insulin spike. It does not have the same spike in blood sugar levels as does granulated sugar or processed sugar. Or, for that matter, glucose. Oh, nice. Sounds like. Hey, DM me the name of that festival. I would love to do more research and put it on my calendar. Where was I going with that? Lost my train of thought. Fructose, why you can drink fruit juice. Now, when you are drinking regular juice, that stuff that's been pasteurized or colorized and sugar added, there's no fiber. There's no nutrients left in that juice. So there's no fiber in this juice either because I just extracted all the fiber. It's over here. But what is still in this juice are the phytonutrients, the micronutrients that were in that fruit. That's what's still in this juice, so that's why I'm still going to be flooding my body with nutrients while I go through this fast. So fruits don't spike insulin, correct. Fruit cannot cause an insulin spike because fructose does not need insulin. Eating fruit actually improves your insulin sensitivity. Absolutely. Whole foods. This is nature's healing medicine right here. This particular juice is simple. It is just grapes and ginger. This tea, a little bit more intricate. And I'll say this and I'll wrap up because I don't want to make this long. Doing a 72-hour juice fast is going to give your digestive system a break. It's going to give your nervous system a break. And so with both of those, it's going to help reset the parasympathetic nervous system. It's going to reset your taste palate. It's going to help reset your gut microbe. Is there such thing as not eating the right foods? I would say that's a hard question to answer only because what's right for one person is going to be different from another. So what I would say is make sure that you're always eating a variety of food. Okay, we got these questions coming in pretty fast and I don't want to miss anybody. How do I follow you and get products from you? You can click the follow button, you can click the link in my bio. All of my products are available, or you can schedule a discovery call if you feel like you need one-on-one coaching, where I have a 12-week coaching program that's designed to help busy parents lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks and they regain their energy. How about dried fruits? So dried fruits are a little bit different. The concentration of the fructose is a little bit higher because you've removed all of the juice. However, you're still getting the fiber and the micronutrients. So dried fruit is still healthy for you. And it's still not going to cause an insulin spike because it's fructose. What do you say to people who say don't do juice fast because the fiber is removed? I'd say don't listen to them, because here I am doing a 72-hour juice fast and the fiber is removed. In order for you to be fasting, you need not be digesting. And if you eat foods with fiber, if you're still eating fruit with fiber, your body has to digest that. So if you just went all raw for 72 hours, that's going to be healthier than cooked food for 72 hours, but it's still not giving your digestive system the break. And that's really the benefit in doing the juice fast, is resetting your digestive system, resetting your gut microbe. Doesn't that hurt the pancreas? Is not working as it should in the body if they are having a lack of insulin that's naturally made from the body. So I don't understand that question. The pancreas does produce insulin. However, the pancreas does not need to produce insulin when drinking fresh fruit juice. The idea is that you want to improve your insulin sensitivity. Insulin sensitivity is the rate at which your cells respond to insulin in your bloodstream. Insulin resistance means that the cells are not responding very well, so it takes more insulin, which is what actually overworks the pancreas, because now it has to produce more insulin to try to get the glucose levels lower. So I hope that gives you some insights there. Do you advise on how to get the body to go back to making insulin? So if you are a type 1 diabetic, meaning that your pancreas has stopped producing insulin, there are some techniques that you can use. I don't know if you can ever fully reverse that. I haven't seen that in my experience with clients. However, there's a good book called Reversing Diabetes, and there's another one that I have on my shelf that was specifically talking about type 1 diabetes. And that's when type 1 diabetes is when your pancreas stops producing insulin. And that's a different situation than somebody with type 2 diabetes. Type 1 and type 2, okay. So type 1 is when your pancreas stops producing insulin. Type 2 diabetes is when your cells have become resistant to the insulin, so now your pancreas is overworking. So I'm not going to say for sure that the body can go back to producing insulin if the pancreas is completely off. However, it is possible. Is 100% juice any good? When you say 100% juice, what do you mean? Are you referring to fresh made juice at home? Are you talking about the 100% juices at the store? I have to ask you a little bit more clarity on that, because the 100% juice is always going to be better than the 10% or 5%, because you know that there's only juice in that thing. However, if the juice has been pasteurized, they've killed a lot of the nutrients while trying to kill the germs. Pasteurization is the heating process that they use to sterilize juices and other products that they're putting on the shelf. So I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity. So for those who are wondering, can they do a juice fast? Yes. Come join us, 72 hours. Started today. If you want to start tomorrow, that's perfectly fine. If you're like, I like everything you're saying, Coach, but how can I make this work for me? Comment the word energy, and I'll send you a link to a free video that will give you 3 steps that you can start taking right now today that will help you increase your energy and help you start your path to losing 20 pounds. So comment the word energy if you want to get that video. See, we got another question in here. Not sure if you missed my question. I may have missed it. Drop it in there again, because I feel like I answered them all. Okay, I'm going to get a juicer. I'm going to blend it ninja style. It's working though. Hey, yo, do what you can do until you can do something better. So for years I used, you can't see it in here, but I got another juicer up there. But if you got to put it in a blender, put it in a cheesecloth and strain it out, do that. Do that. Take whatever steps you need to take for your health. Not everybody has the money to invest in their juicer. This is a great juicer. We're sponsored by Nama. So I love my Nama. I love it better than my Omega. I love it better than my Breville that I had before. Is juicing good for blood pressure? Yes, juicing is good for blood pressure. One reason is going to help reduce the amount of foods that you're eating that's causing the high blood pressure. And 2, it's going to help balance out the nutrients in your bloodstream to help balance your blood pressure. Most people think that blood pressure is just a salt problem, when it could be a lack of potassium problem. So yeah, so do what works for you until you can do something different. And now we're going to drink some of this beautiful juice. It's almost 11, so I got to get to the store so I can make the rest of my juices for today. What kind of blender is that? So this is the Nama J2. You can click the link in my bio, and it'll take you to their page to purchase one. It is also going to give you a discount code for 10% off. So I love my Nama juicer. There are so many clones. Yeah, there are a lot of people that have taken since they came out with this style, there are so many people that have taken it and run with it. One brand, Cuvings, actually redesigned theirs completely to match this one. So that's it. You just learned about the lack of potassium. Yeah, man. So that's a good step. What are your thoughts about the notion that one should not do juice fast because it removes fiber, which is a necessary nutrient for that? So I did answer that question. A juice fast is not something that's meant for you to do forever. So taking 3 days of eliminating fiber is going to actually be beneficial for you, because it's going to give your digestive system a break so that it can finish processing and digesting all the food that you've been eating all these years. So imagine that your body is full of waste. Imagine that the trash company didn't come pick up trash for a week, a year, 2 years, 10 years. If you've never done a fast, you potentially have impacted waste that you're carrying around, that your body has not had time to process. But I will be eliminating, i.e. pooping, for the next 2 days, even though I haven't ingested any fiber, because there's still something there. So fiber is important for your health. Not going to diminish that. It is vitally important for your health. However, taking 3 days to fast is not going to deter you. Is juicing good for high cholesterol? Yes, it is. A juice fast or incorporating more juice into your everyday lifestyle is going to be beneficial across all illnesses. So when you say organic versus clones, people use that word clones to try to scare people. No, I don't buy everything organic. Or eating everything organic can get expensive. I eat the foods that are organic that I absolutely need to, because they're on the Dirty Dozens list, or they are the ones that are highly sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. Now, we'll talk about cloned fruit here in a minute. There's a difference between something being, or fruits, let's be very specific, plants. There's a difference between plants being GMO, meaning genetically modified, or being hybridized, or quote unquote cloned, okay? And I'll tell you why. Right here, I've cloned some of my snake plants, okay? I've cloned my snake plants. Here's my cloning station. I cut all of the leaves off of one of my snake plants that was dying, and I put it in water. And as you see, it is growing new roots. And a new one is, I just cloned this snake plant. Does it make it any less of a snake plant? It does not. People need to better understand what horticulture processes are. Okay? Man-made, GMO. Man-directed, hybridization. There is no food in our food chain of supply that is not hybridized, because it has been thousands and thousands of years to get to where it is today. Hybridization happens in nature. A lot of the foods that we have, so seedless grapes were first found in nature. And man was like, let me get more of that. So it started to clone them, meaning he took a clipping and he grew new roots. I can clone every last one of the plants in my house. You can do the same with fruits. Now, seedless versus non-seeded, or seedless versus seeded fruits. Another topic that people bring up. You can hybridize fruits so that they don't bear seed. That does not make them less healthy. If there's no seed, how we know it was originally grown? Because you can crossbreed plants so that they become sterile and don't produce seeds. And when you look at the so-called seedless fruits, there is always a seed inside of it. It's just not the same as a fertile seed. I used to believe that nonsense originally. I used to believe that. So there's a difference between organic, and I'll break this down real quick and then we'll get off of here. There's a difference between organic, hybridized / conventional, and GMO. Organic means that it was grown in a way that was conventional, meaning land was tilled, seed was planted, and it was grown. And it was grown using natural fertilizers like cow manure and things of that sort. Conventionally grown foods are grown in the same way as organic. However, these conventionally grown are sprayed with pesticides and herbicides and sometimes chemical fertilizers. Okay? Then you have GMO fruits and vegetables and grains, or GMO food. GMO food is where man himself has gone into the DNA structure of this thing to change how it will produce. Conventionally grown and organic are still healthy. So everybody's body is going to respond differently. So you can eat seeded and you can eat non-seeded. The important thing to avoid are GMO, genetically modified organisms. And you can determine this by looking at the code on the fruits and vegetables when you buy it. If it is a 4-digit code, it is conventionally grown. If it is a 5-digit code, it is either GMO or organic. Organic starts with a 9, GMO starts with the 8, or I may have those transposed. Somebody look it up for me real quick. Do what works best for you. I'm only here to educate, not change. And if me educating you gives you a different frame of thought that makes you open to change, so be it. But for those who are looking to lose 20 pounds in the next 12 weeks, regain their energy, feel their best, comment the word ready. I'll send you a video on the first steps that you can start taking on how to get there. Comment the word energy if you want help losing 20 pounds. All right, my friends, it's time for me to hit the store. So I got some appointments this afternoon. Peace.